If you make decent money, but still feel like one bad month could mess up your whole life, your problem may not be your income. It may be your conversion. Because a lot of people think they're getting ahead, when all they're really doing is upgrading the cost of staying the same. A bigger paycheck, a nicer life, better stuff, but not more safety, not more ownership, not more margin. So in this video, I want to show you one number that matters more than your salary. And by the end, you should be able to estimate yours in under 30 seconds. It's called your wealth conversion rate. And if that number is weak, you can earn more for years and still build almost nothing. Here's the simple version. Your wealth conversion rate is the percentage of your take-home pay that becomes something you still own 30 days later. Not money you touched, not money you moved around, not money you saved for a week and then spent. Money that actually became cash you kept, investments you still own, debt principal you permanently eliminated, or something that makes your future financially stronger. That's it. And this one number explains why so many people feel stuck, even when their income keeps rising. Because your paycheck can increase, while your financial structure stays weak. You can look more stable without becoming safer. Let's make it real. If you take home $4,000 this month and only $200 becomes something you still own by next month, your wealth conversion rate is 5%. That means 95% of your income was consumed by the present. Not necessarily wasted, but consumed. And that's the difference most people miss. A lot of people are not broke because they earn too little. They're broke because their income leaves no residue. It arrives. It gets absorbed. And next month starts from zero again. That is not just a spending problem. It's a structural problem. So here's the first useful benchmark. 0% to 5% equals fragile. You are basically running a financial treadmill. Your life may function, but almost nothing is stacking. One bad month can erase your progress. 5% to 15% equals surviving. You're making some forward movement, but not enough to build real safety quickly. This is where a lot of decent earners live. They're not collapsing, but they're not getting durable either. 15% to 25% equals building. Now your money is starting to leave evidence. You're not just funding life, you're slowly building future strength. This is where financial confidence starts becoming real. 25% plus equals strong direction. This doesn't mean rich. It means your structure is improving fast enough to matter. Each month is leaving a mark. Each paycheck is buying more than survival. It's buying margin. And if this is already changing how you think about money, subscribe. On this channel, we don't just talk about making more. We talk about how to stop being easy to break. Now here's where people lie to themselves. They count the wrong things. They count salary, bonuses, how much they managed, how little guilt they felt, or whether they stayed within budget. But none of that tells you if you're actually getting stronger. So let's make this clean. What counts toward wealth conversion? Cash savings that stay untouched, investments that stay invested, principal paid down on bad debt, assets that lower future costs or help create future income. What does not count? Rent, subscriptions, minimum debt payments, lifestyle upgrades, furniture that made your place feel more adult, or money you moved to savings and then used next week. A lot of people think they're building wealth, but they're mostly improving the comfort of consumption. That is not the same thing. Now let's look at the trap. Someone gets a raise. Their take home pay goes from $4,000 to $5,000. That feels like progress. But then, rent rises, car payment rises, eating out rises, subscriptions multiply, and they upgrade their life because it finally feels deserved. At the end of the month, they're still only converting $250. So before the raise, $200 divided by $4,000 equals 5%. After the raise, $250 divided by $5,000 equals 5%. Income went up. Lifestyle improved. Monthly maintenance got heavier. But structurally, nothing changed. This is why a higher income can make you feel more successful while keeping you just as fragile. Because if your fixed life expands as fast as your income, you're not building wealth. You're just inflating your cost of being you. And this is why so many people feel confused, because they mistake income growth for financial progress. But income growth without conversion is just better fuel for the same expensive machine. Bills, rent, debt, convenience, upgrades, recurring comfort. If most of your paycheck exists only to keep your current life running, you are not building wealth. You are maintaining a system, and systems often look stable right before they fail. So, here's your fast self-check. If you want to know whether your money is actually making you stronger, ask these 3 questions. 1. What percentage of my paycheck becomes something I still own 30 days later? Not what I touched, not what I moved, what I actually kept. 2. If I repeated this exact month for 3 years, would I become stronger? Or would I just get older while staying financially busy? 3. If my income stopped for 90 days, what would still protect me? Cash, assets, lower obligations, or just hope? These are much better questions than, do I make decent money? Am I being responsible? Why do I still feel behind? Because money doesn't care how responsible you feel. It responds to structure. So here's the rule. Stop asking, how much do I make? Start asking, how much of what I make becomes wealth? That one question changes how you see your raise, your spending, your debt, your subscriptions, your lifestyle, and your actual progress. Because the goal is not to look expensive. The goal is to become difficult to break. A paycheck can improve your lifestyle, but only conversion improves your future. Most people don't use income to build wealth. They use income to rent a more impressive version of survival.